Yeah. Yeah. I came with the facts, got the date, got the text, got the calls, got the screen, got the pieces in the stack. They talk big, then they vanish when the truth hit the light. Try to twist what they said, but I kept it airtight. I don't fall for the noise, I don't fool for the hate. If I say it, I can show it every time, every day. They don't like what I found, they don't like what I keep. Try to paint me the villain when the proof is concrete, but I stand on the truth, hands steady, eyes wide. If you throw me your lies, I throw back the receipts. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, take a shout, I don't flinch. Snoopy's files, every lie gets a pinch. Snoopy's files, I bring the truth to the table. Snoopy's files, got the proof, it's all stable. Snoopy's files, try to bend, I won't switch. Snoopy's files, yeah, I keep the whole clip.
Can you guys hear me?
From my name, try to bruise my good heart, throwing dirt in the wind, hoping it can tear apart what I built with the truth, what I earned with my time. But I keep all the screenshots, line by line by line. They can scheme in the dark, they can post what they want. I already know the angle, I already know the kind, and the more that they talk, the more.
Okay, let's get into this because we already listened to the intro. I just set that up there again so I could figure out what was going on with the mic. Now, where am I? Let me put on some music in the background. Good, that's better. One sec. Okay, so we have a lot to get through. I know I was talking away to myself and didn't realize there was any technical difficulties. So a couple of things I'm going to be covering. I was over on Owl's chat the other day trying to organize, I don't even know what I was trying to organize, but it was a conversation in relation to Golden and dropping the tea. So I'm sure you've all saw it, where we went up and what was said. So Maggie did a live yesterday. And on that live, she sent me an email, and on the email it had about the term maggot being used to her and told me to get the fuck out of her face. That's a lie. I did get a message, and what the message stated was, it was through Instagram. What the message stated was that if I was comfortable with another person using the name maggot, then I can't afford to talk about anybody, okay? So, maggot is not a racial term. Maggot is not a phrase that was coined by me. Maggot is a term that came from your peer group, Maggie. That came not from me, not from any other white person, so you do not get to weaponize it as a race at all. None whatsoever. You got that term because of trouble that you started with Danny. That's what she started referring to you as. That's what most people refer to you as. But by you getting up and saying that me using that word when I called you maggot was a racial slur that was used in slavery to dehumanize people, okay? You went on a good bit about this as to how it was used to dehumanize. It was a similar thing than to dehumanize Black people. Here's the thing. When I looked into it, it's not. So when I tagged you in a post on my community wall, you just sent me a message on Instagram about, oh my God, you're okay with a Black person being called this, and that's disgusting, and I'm going to talk about it on my panel. Really, here's my point to you. You spent 10 minutes going in on the whole point of people calling you maggot. how you didn't like it. I had one that came in, I didn't acknowledge. I'm sorry. I said hello, and the other one I had to end it. I'm sorry. Apologies. You spent a lot of time on that, talking about slavery, talking about being dehumanized as people. And that part, yeah, I can get, I grasp. But Maggot was not part of that. And I put up what I had got from ChatGPT back up at her, and I tagged her. So then she got her back up. But here's where I come into difficulty, Maggie, right? You spent all that time talking about that, saying that you sent Lady Letitia an email to give her 24 hours to get all your content down, or you were going to strike her because you were sick of being disrespected. You continued with a conversation to then go in as far as Jelly or the people in your chat who support her to go, I don't give a fuck anymore. They can all go where they want. My point is, you didn't give a fuck to begin with because people had been calling you out all along. Hey, Lady Letitia. People had been calling you that all along. You want me to monitor my chat to tell people not to call you a term that came from your peer group? You want me to tell people not to be doing it? Are you going to jump over to Golden and tell her to stop calling me a Karen every time she goes live? I'm fucked if I'm doing that. I can't control other people. You got that phrase given by another CC who you kept attacking. It didn't come from a white person the way you're suggesting. Well, here you are, blinded. Fucking blinded, because do you know what you're actually doing? You're being wound up by having two idiots in your ear who are doing a dance for Jelly, who has now gone from getting a pass from Golden to believing that she is above being above approach for being racist, because it's impossible. Her words, impossible. But you didn't give a fuck. Remember after your big sermon, you said you didn't give a fuck? You never gave a fuck. The point was people were calling this out because you didn't give a fuck. Just on that, let me explain a couple of points. If you want to start respecting people in your own community, having people outside say, white people, not refer to you as that, here's my issue. Hey, Cherie, welcome in. Here's my issue. Now, I'm not going to do a Jelly and say, oh, I'm all offended. You said X, Y, and Z. You dehumanized me. Yes, I called you maggot. I called you maggot when we were going back and forth. When you were disrespecting me. When you were putting me as an evil doll with a fucking knife in their hand. When you were putting me as the White Walker from Game of Thrones. All dehumanizing. When you were speaking about me being Snoopy Doo. Again, dehumanizing. And before you come at me and say, well, my avatar is a dog because it's Snoopy. Yours is an owl. That's not human either. We can do semantics all day. So she threatened me with going for, I said on my post I was going to be talking about it on live. So then when she told me I was disgusting because she was going to tell people that I was offending a black woman racially by a nickname she was given by her peers. How does that work, Manji? Because that's beyond me. So here's my point, right? The biggest problem that you have been having out here is a lack of respect for the spaces and places that you're in. You start arguments with people unnecessarily. You forget to think and mention, you dragged me for 3 months before I ever addressed you. And it was not just about Polly. It was about you pulling up things on my husband, using him as your content because you felt a kind of way when he only had 30 subscribers. You lied on me for months. So then you're saying, well, you said on your live, well, I have been telling people Snoopy is not racist. So if you think that you're leveraged to come back at me to tell people in my chat not to speak to you in a certain way, when you start addressing your own chat, then come talk to me. Okay? Don't ask me for a double standard that you're not willing to give yourself. And just on that, I suggest you go watch Val's live that she done last week, where she's talking about where white people come into black spaces and that they get involved into black women's arguments because they enjoy watching people going back and forth. Okay? It was actually a really, really good live. And she made a really good point. If you're in the space and you're involved in dragging two women, you're part of the problem. So Lady T, this is where you come in. I don't know if you're sucking fucking fumes from your truck, but you told me get the fuck out of the black tea sector. When I go into anybody that I support in the black tea sector, my mouth is shut. Imagine you're not black tea sector, you're adjacent sector, whether you like it or not. That's where you stay. That's where you lie. Adjacent sector, because you're not black or American. So when you're over there, you're visiting. So Lady T, let me tell you something. You, nor anybody else, is going to tell me where the fuck I can and can't go. You're out here swinging for Polly. You said on your live that I was only after telling you that Polly tried to dox you through me. And that was a bit hypocritical because I was saying about Golden doxing me. You weren't fucking doxed. I knew your past. She sent it to me and I said, yeah, I have to look up your I'll have to look up your charges because I was pawning her off. You weren't doxed and then you're behaving like you were. Polly is winding you up with bullshit. And I'm only going to say this to you once because I have every shred of evidence to put out there and yet again show you're fucking wrong. You apologized to me only recently for you to switch up and come at me sideways again for Polly. Let me explain to you what Polly did. Polly went into a Discord. Didn't belong to me, didn't belong to her. And like I said on my live, I woke up and she had put a message in there to me about how she was leaving because she did not want my ops to continue with the rhetoric that I was racist when I wasn't. So when I went to you, Lady T, it was because I was after being sent a load of screenshots where Polly had gone and lied about me to somebody else. Being fake as fuck. While she was smiling in my face, she was stabbing me in the back. And me, stupidly, didn't want to see you get played, Lady T. So I went over to your chat because I knew Polly would be grasping on for somebody to fucking swing for her. Which is a bit fucking pathetic considering the stuff that has come out. And you're still swinging. But hey, far be it from me to stop you because from the second you've landed, you've been swinging for the wrong fucking people. And you've been wrong over and over again. You apologize to me once, I won't be accepting another one. You can fuck off, and when you get there, you can fuck off further. And stay there. Don't come back to me with any fucking bullshit. When she stabs you in the back like she has done everybody else, I have every fucking message. And you were swinging for somebody who wanted to see your downfall. And I didn't fucking continue with it. So don't act like you were doxed. Don't act like, well, because Golden put it out, it's not good. I've no problem with people pulling up anything on me. They have done. They have done. But in regards to Polly, Polly is a fucking snake. Polly is a liar. There is not one person, Lady T, that she has not fucked over. Except you. Because you're one of the people that stuck around with her. She contacted somebody and she slated me behind my back. And I confronted her. And then she tried to mop it up. And I told her what I thought of her. She lied on a post. She lied on a post that she put up that she later took down, but I have them. So by all means, you want to come back out swinging for, I promise you, every single fucking message. From A to Z, Polly. Every person that you put a knife in their back before you left. And one more thing. In all those conversations, like I said to you, there was no regret from you anywhere, Polly. There was victim. And nobody had done a fucking thing to you. That's how you treated your friends. I say that loosely, because you walked all over them. You smiled in their face while you stabbed them in the back. Vampy's looking for company over there. Go join her. Birds of a fucking feather. So that's you, Lady T, for now. You come swinging at me again, I promise you. I'm going to make you look like a clown by putting out every single screenshot of the whole conversation from the Discord where she said that she had blocked me because she didn't want the ops thinking to put any more fuel on the fire that didn't exist. And then immediately went to, well, Snoopy blocked me without having a conversation with me on the front end. She's a lying, twisted bitch. She stabbed Lauren in the back. She stabbed Plotter in the back. She stabbed me in the back. She stabbed Michelle in the back. She stabbed her best fucking friend. Just as soon as she was having her feet held to the fire for accountability. And she contacted somebody else to say she wanted her best friend to drop her so that she didn't look like the bad guy, because she's a fucking coward. She's a coward and she is a liar. But you say in that company, and by the way, Victoria, you do me a favor and all. I'm sorry for what you're going through at the minute. Don't come back near my channel. You seem to bend with the wind with wherever fucking Lady T is. You and her, fuck off. Don't come back to this channel again. I'm coming an apology. I'm coming nothing. Keep it fucking moving. Keep it going. Hitch up onto her fucking truck and keep going. Because you flip and flop in accordance with her. How the hell have you not even got whiplash at this stage? But that's her. Now, come at me again, Lady T, and I'll put every one of those out. All of them. Not just a version that Polly has given you. I sat in a Discord with women asking would I or should I reach out to you? Because I didn't want to see her play in your face. It wasn't that I thought she was going to go to you with it. At all. So no, it wasn't me being messy. It was me looking out for you like a fucking idiot. And like I said, there won't be no second round. So that's her. Back to you, Maggie. In regards to your chat, and where I was going with the whole thing about Val putting up a live, which I listened to and I thought, well, it was really, really good. This is how you tied in, by the way, Lady T. You went and rant about Black Tea sector. I've no business being over here. What the fuck am I doing? At this stage, anybody with an accent or anybody that's not from America can get the fuck out. I didn't know you had a security guard for everybody in the Black Tea sector. Let me point something out to you that's really fucking clear. I have never put a Black Tea sector content creator's name in any of my titles, nor do I speak about them, nor do I talk about their beefs with other people. I don't take sides. I do not get in when people are going back and forth on anybody. I might sit there, and my participation is I'm sitting there in the bushes or I'm chatting and saying hello to other people. I do not engage in anything regarding two people and contributing to the damage of that. Ever. So when I'm there as a visitor. I'm there to say hello. Like visiting a friend. You go in, you don't move around their fucking furniture. But you came out here trying to move around everybody's furniture because in your fucking head, you're a celebrity. Get a fucking grip of reality fast. You were on Lady Letitia's trying to spin a fucking narrative. You seem to be wanting to come at me for Polly. Oh, what's her agenda? What's your fucking agenda? I can promise you I'm not out here trying to hit on fucking gay men, get tattoos on my neck and send them fucking computers. What's yours? And as I stated to you, this is the adjacent fucking sector. When I go to the black tea sector, I'm there, I'm respectful, I don't get involved in people arguing. I mind my fucking business. And it's a pity you fucking wouldn't do it yourself, because then you might be on the right side for once. And the only reason, let me make this clear, that I am addressing you is because you brought this up, and this is a response. I don't come at people at all, but I certainly will dress them fucking down when they do. I'm no fucking fool, don't take me for one. Don't come at me, I promise you I'll match your fucking energy. And like I said, keep it fucking moving in that truck and fuck off. So Maggie, we're back to Maggie. Just on complications, Maggie, go listen to Val's live, because that's exactly what she was talking about. White people being in a sector and basically not having any decorum. The reason you have been deemed problematic in a sector, and I can see it myself, you go places and you have no respect for the space that you're in. It's almost like I'm here and I'm just going to battle with everybody all the time. You're not black tea sector, but you're going in, roiled up, and fighting everybody. For what? It rubs everybody up the wrong way. But that's just you, right? Because you've got Kimmy as your bodyguard and you go over there, and that's fine, and you're friends. Here's the thing. A lot of the problems, and this has been stated over and over, especially over the last 12 months or so, different black tea sector content creators have brought up how, you know, the overlap between Atwoods, Diddy, Jag, and then Maggie was kind of like the pin within that, because she was the pin within that because she was with Jag at the time. So there was an influx of different people from Europe, from the UK, from Ireland, from France, from different places. They then ended up over at, say, Jag's and Maggie's or Ralph's. They were the two spots, for and against. You all know the story and the politics there. In Ralph's, there was no, okay, well, you're UK, you can't do this, and this. There was none of that. In Maggie's, but what I will say, though, over there, if there was any stereotypes, he pulled them immediately, and he would correct the person and let other people know, because there were certain nuances I did not know that you learn as you go, okay? This will come full circle, I promise. Maggie, you're talking about people calling you a dehumanizing term called maggot that your peer community gave you. You don't want other people saying because you find it offensive. Is calling another CC a robot dehumanizing? Is calling Lady Letitia Lady Lithium dehumanizing? Is calling other CCs out of their name dehumanizing? So if you want to start with changing people on the platform, you should really do it with your chat, because a very high statistic of people who came from your chat are involved with things that have become problematic in other people's chats that stemmed from you. So if you want to correct things, maybe look at what happened in your chat. Look at the people who got pulled up on things. Dropping the T called you maggot. You up in arms? No. You defended and said that dropping the T and her posting that picture of a monkey because you spoke to her and she said it was okay, it was almost like the same as Plotter. No, it wasn't. Let me point out something that you are just glazing over. Plotter shared a video and was not aware of the freeze frame that came up with the 10 most something of South Park. He didn't know what it was that came up as a frame. He did not go out and search a picture and post that. That's the difference. It was unconscious. What Dropping the T did was very much conscious. She looked up a picture and posted a monkey. And she lied on panel and said that nobody pulled her up about that. She absolutely got pulled up. And as I tried to explain up there on panel, last time Dropping the T got called out for this, she immediately went to your chat and tried to throw Plotter under the bus. He hadn't consciously gone out looking to offend anybody or even searching up something that may be contentious, but she did. And she's telling you she didn't mean anything about it. But yeah, I have a screenshot that shows that she actually likes when people start going back and forth on Facebook, on YouTube. That was one thing. Danny, a year ago, exposed Dropping the T from other microaggressions, words in her songs, words that people have been pulled up for not actually having any consideration or respect for the tone that it holds when you have black tea sector in here in a predominantly black space. Using words like ghetto, talking about lace fronts. These are things that would not matter in the UK. But what I mean by not matter is would not apply to Dropping the T daily in day-to-day life. But there's excuses made. And it's like, all right, okay. But you said to Golden, if this was Snoopy, would it be racist? Okay, right, well, it is. So then after your whole big sermon about how maggot is related to slavery, when it gets to jelly, you turn around and you say, actually, I don't give a fuck. People can go where they like. People can say where they like. People can disport who they like. Here's the issue, Maggie. You never gave a fuck to begin with, which is why people were calling you out. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't have that respect for the space that you're in. You didn't have that fucking care as to what was being said in your chat. A lot of the problems that has spilled over has come from your platform. Whether you want to admit it or see it, it is what it is, including jelly. Because you were also told about jelly, but until a time where it became, okay, you could no longer back it. And Golden sits down and, oh, well, you grew up in the project, and that's okay. You have a pass to literally, she has a post up now saying that she's exempt from all racism because she's native. She's not fucking 100% native, so no, she's not exempt. Well done, Golden. That's where it's led you. Now she can tell you whatever the fuck she wants and use any fucking slurs she wants and say to you, well, she's incapable of being racist. And while Maggie, you have Golden in your ear crying about racism and everything else, it's actually jelly that's pulling your strings in the background and you're just too blind to see it. Too blind to fucking see it. It's fucking crazy. And deplorable. So you threatened me with going doing a live saying that I am absolutely disgusting, that I would dehumanize a black woman. I used maggot in the terms of you. You. Not about your race, your character. You're very aware of this, but now you're trying to weaponize it because you need to suck up to gold and you don't really have many people around you. You can't actually take a stand on your platform as such to say, okay, well, if you are aligned in that way, please don't come over here. You know why? Because you know you're going to lose more subscribers. Because you set your platform that way. So the next time you talk about Danny, the next time you talk about Lady Letitia, the next time you talk about any other black woman that's on your channel, you remember OG Patrice? You remember all the Satan that got done? You remember all the people in your chat and what they called her, BBL Granny? Are you going to go to every white person in your chat tonight and tell them that they have to sit there? Do not engage in calling Danny a robot or a pig, because Avengers were being referred to as pigs, also dehumanizing. The fucking double standards and hypocrisy are absolutely astounding. They're astounding. But then you will stay and indirectly support Jelly by telling people, yeah, you can all go over there. That's fine. I don't care anymore. Why? Because Maria's over there? And if you take a long, hard look at the people who were your main characters in your chat that were kind of like vocal, they're gone. There's none of them left. Not one. You've got Maria there now. You don't have any of the rest. They've all gone. And then you've got your usual other mods. One more thing. The whole thing with Phantom, right? And this is going to be an unpopular opinion, and I'm just going to say as it is. This is not about him. A person who is an adult that has autism and is on a high functioning level, like Asperger's. My daughter's 20. She's autistic. She's high functioning. If somebody was to look at her in 10 years' time and think, actually, I can't get into a relationship with her, or somebody might think that I'm taking advantage of her, that's bullshit. I don't want people to look at her like that. She's a person. And Kay is a person who's grown. You're talking about two people that got into a relationship that spilled out onto YouTube. But you used your platform last night to state something and put a jacket on him, which is wrong. You allowed Maria get up on your channel to say something that she got from fucking Jelly. From Jelly. And say that Phantom wanted to pimp her out. No evidence, no receipts. That woman states she was in a domestic violence relationship. And I'm not victim shaming at all, okay? I'm not. Where's the proof? Was there any of that shown? If she's going through a tumultuous divorce over 3 years and he's in that house temporarily, and considering the graphic things that she described, has she made steps to protect herself and her children while he is there? Considering that she's also said that she's a liar and she's made lies to be messy, was any of that checked? I don't know. That said, yes, absolutely, Phantom could have moved differently, could have not threatened the husband, but hey, at the end of the day, it's her that's married. She's married, he was single. What are we talking about? She's got 2 kids in that house. What are we talking about? She's an adult. She's a mother. And she's a scorned woman. Am I saying everything from Phantom's side is great? Nope, I'm not. I'm not, because if it is true about her daughter, about her son, or sorry, I beg your pardon, if it is true about her husband, then that's, yeah. But it's also equally as damaging for somebody else to invite her up on their platform, knowing that it could quite easily get back. So I think it's a bit weird that you have somebody threatening to call somebody else's job for them to lose their job, but then not want a phone call to their husband for them not wanting to lose their money. It's crazy. But either way, I would never, I'm sure she is a good person. Yeah, it makes mistakes. Yes, she does make mistakes. And I'm not crucifying. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to show where certain CCs allow narratives run without proof. That's what I mean. It's a heavy thing to put on somebody. And then when there's no proof, there's no proof. But that narrative is out there and can be damaging. Hey, exactly. They're adults. Yeah. Not only that, but her soon-to-be ex is abusive. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think even anybody encouraging her to even put things out to begin with was wise. If her husband is truly that way, and this is, I'm just talking from me. If somebody came to me and said, I have this, I want to put it out, yeah, they're both at fault, Maria. I 100% agree with you. If somebody came to me and said, well, their ex is abusive, and if you put them out that they're going to be at risk, I'm not running their story, because I don't want to see anything happen to them. But that's just me. I'm messaging. I've known Jedi for over 10 years and he knows the drill. private shit, but they are putting it out there. It's a mess. It is messy. And then on the other side of that, right? On the other side of that, Phantom does have a platform where he allows things to play out. So maybe he will come back. Who knows? And talking, or maybe he's waiting for the heat to die down. Oh my God, I forgot about the pension in a way. So yeah, just on that, because it's going to be drawn up now that somebody put maggot in my chat. So here was my next point to you, Maggie. Are you going to go and police every single person that's in your chat? Because I think Golden has got to your head. You know the way she turns up and she says she's not going to go on your platform till you correct your chat, and they all speak nicely about her and bow their heads and bend the knee. The Queen is in the building, and up she goes, and she has everybody liking her or off with their heads. This is kind of like leaking over into you, that everybody has to now speak a certain way, or else you're going to accuse them of dehumanizing you and then making that as explicitly tied to racism and slavery, when that's not the case. I'm not saying that stuff didn't happen. I'm saying you're taking an apple and you're making it into an orange. They're very different. So what you sent me back on Instagram as an argument, when you go live, I want you to look up something, because you were referring to me as all sorts of things from Ireland. And Ireland have a history of indented slaves. Go look up what happened to them, because they were dehumanized too. So the argument is pointless. You're trying to make a comment that was made about you into a whole racial thing, which is what you were doing to begin with. You said that you corrected Golden on your platform when she was saying that I'm not racist. Was that for me to come in here and tell people to stop calling you maggot? Because that's not how this works. That's not how it works at all. You got that phrase through Danny, through your actions, through your fallouts with people. I don't police my chat in that way. And you certainly don't police your chat at all. You do not correct anything that's said in that chat, from microaggressions to things that are placed. So I expect to see the change that you want to see, and have every person in your chat, when Danny's name comes up and Lady Letitia's name comes up and anybody else's name that comes up, having the height of respect for all the black tea sector women, so that they don't side with you and say anything. Because, to be honest, Maggie, and a lot of people have noticed this, even in the other sector, in the black tea sector, the problematic people came from your chat, which had a flow over from what's his face, Atwood, Diddy, and Jag. And remove the pigs from her thumbnails, yeah. Because you dehumanize people too, all the time. It's a double standard to ask people not to do it to you. And you allow it in your chat. And you don't go around dropping the tea and say, oh, she just called me a Karen. Imagine getting called a Karen, right? Because I called out people's racial microaggressions. But I'm a Karen. And then the same people that are going around with a fucking campaign that I'm racist, sit and allow the same person to sit on their panel and not say a single word to them. Nothing. So then it's a whole campaign of Snoopy's racist, Snoopy's racist. No, Snoopy's not racist. And Snoopy is not afraid either to have these conversations whatsoever. And Snoopy will not be intimidated by you, Maggie, or anybody else. If you have an issue with the fact that people call you maggot, pick up the phone and talk to Danny. Pick up and find why you were called that to begin with. But I'll be waiting to see in your chat how many people you tell, no, don't call her a robot. No, don't call her anything. Be respectful. And the same with Lady Letitia. Every one of them, be respectful. Are you going to be calling for apologies from people in your chat? All the white people from the UK? You're going to be going back over your chat where they were calling people pigs? Dehumanizing them there? I doubt it. I doubt it. Asher is a mental stalker who goes over onto Golden's chat and Maggie's, giving out information about me, or thinking that she has information about me. But Lady T, let me tell you this. No, I know who I am. So if at any time somebody comes out and says, this is her husband, these are her kids, these are whoever, yeah, I'm well aware who they are. You won't be finding any criminal record. You won't be finding any tea. But go ahead. Go ahead. Anything that I address on this platform with people came from what they brought on the platform. So that gets me to you, Star, who is still saying I doxed her. And Maggie, again, as you're repeating things, you are fucking wrong again. I did not post where Star lived or what town she was in at all at any time. I said about a police station. That's it. But you keep running with that. Oh no, she did because Polly said I had one name and she was all about Polly. No, I was going back and forth with you then when you dragged me for 3 months saying I was a Polly apologist and that I knew Polly in the background and that's why I was defending her. No, you lied on me over and over and over, which is where all of this started. And if you think I'm going to give you a clap on the back, you did apologize. I'm not holding it over your head. But the fact that you are addressing with Golden that I'm not racist, you want to keep addressing that with her. Here's where I stand on that, Maggie. That's where you created it, was on your platform. So basically, you were just mopping up the damage that you created. So when I went over to Kimmy's and said that to you, you say things and people in your chat believe them and take them as fact and they run with it. And Golden is a prime example of that. So by you telling her, well, no, there's this problem, there's that problem, but she's not racist, it came from you. You're addressing what you put out there. That's it. You put it out there. Other people ran and took it further and further. And that's the thing, Maggie. You will say things that are not true, just for effect, just for commentary, without thinking of the actual damage that it may cause. So now that you're out backtracking and saying to people, well, actually, she's not, and that was your mistake, I will not be correcting people in my chat at all. They're not this thing. If you come and view this, they're not. They're really not sitting here or speaking about you in any kind of way. Every now and again, somebody will come in and use the word maggot because they're an avenger. You call them pigs. Pigs up, pigs up. That's dehumanizing. So you want to respect that you're not willing to give. And you're placing that with somebody who never actually coined it. We didn't make that phrase. No white person put that on you, and that's no disrespect to Danny, because she did that to characterize you and her dealings with you and all the lives that she had done and the back and forths with you. And then it stuck because other people picked up problems with you along the way. I think, Maggie, you should go watch Val's Live, honestly, because, and I'm not giving no shade here, but I honestly think you should go watch it, simply because you still think that this is a cultural thing because you're from Canada that you don't grasp. It's not. It comes down to respect. It really does just come down to respect. So, maybe you want to have a chat with your chat. Maybe you'd like to explain to your chat why it's not okay for them to get involved between two black CCs at any time. Have that conversation there. That's where you want change. There's where you start. Because like I've said, a lot of people that came from your chat were problematic. Made slurs, have been called out as disrespectful, messy. Some of them are over in Jelly's chat, and they continue to speak derogatorily on other black women. So, that standard you're looking to see, start at home. Because I promise you, there's nobody in my chat doing that about any black woman. Not in this sector or the black tea sector. So dropping the tea. Let me get back to you. You had said nobody asked you to take down any post about a monkey, right? I'm going to put them on my community wall now in 2 minutes because I'm winding down here on the live. I'm going to put them on my wall. I'm going to tag you to them. Maybe you get a lapse in memory or something, but I doubt it. I'm sure you're fully aware of the facts of what Danny put out on you with the lace front and the ghetto comments and the other stuff, the misappropriation, the cultural misappropriation, actually, and what she showed with your music and all that stuff. It wasn't just the picture of the monkey. It was the comment that you had on it. You had another comment up above saying, this sector. That's what you had. And then a woman came in and said to you how deeply it was offensive. And she asked you to take it down and you didn't take it down. And then you come back in and you respond to me by saying, well, it doesn't matter now anyway because it got reported, ? The following day, you done a song that was a diss song about adults with Wi-Fi. Again, doubling down, you didn't do anything wrong, you know. And that's what the issue is. Imagine there is a prime example of what is wrong with your chat or people that have come from your chat. They are not open to be respectful of other people or the crossover. But here's what I don't like about dropping the tea. He was trying to shut me down and shout me down the other night. You've no problem taking their money. You've no problem dry begging. You've no fucking problem asking for donations or asking for things to be bought off your Amazon list. But the second when it's something is pointed out to you, I didn't call you racist. I said you had a pattern of using microaggressions. And then this girl sits on a live with Golden saying she did not understand what a microaggression was. And maybe she doesn't. I actually thought she was being genuine. But you know what? Golden didn't fucking explain to her what they were. And then there's another part of me going, well, hold on a second. You supported Danny for a year. And very often she would make people aware in her chat of what language couldn't be used because of the crossover and because of the nuances and the cultural differences and what they meant. There's one thing to do something and not understand. There's quite another when somebody is trying to explain something to you and your attitude is, fuck them, I know who I am and I don't care. And Maggie, that is what people come back to when it comes back to you. Because these are people that came from your chat. These are people that came from Atwood. This stuff was let go and then it filters in bigger spaces. And then it plays out not only once, not only twice, 4 times. This has been brought up in a year. 4 times. It's crazy. So you can do your live, Maggie. And you can get up and you can talk about how it's awful, or you can call me whatever you like. It's awful that I do not agree that your comment or somebody referring to you as maggot is racial and goes back to slavery, because it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm not over here screaming at you, like I said, about you making White Walkers and every other fucking thing that was not human against me. We were in a back and forth and I used that. That's all it is. But here you are now trying to make it something bigger so that you can placate Golden. But what you don't see is that Jelly is pulling Golden strings and Golden is a yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. So essentially you're dancing for Jelly's tune. Well done you. Sitting there saying, I don't give a fuck. I don't care anymore what people say. I don't care anymore who says whatever. You didn't care to begin with, and that's why you were being called out. So for the 5 minutes that you did care, you lost some subscribers. And what you're not thinking of is if you were to clean fucking house, you may lose a couple of people, but you'd gain respect from others. I don't think you fucking even want it. You just want to sit there, play victim. Because you'll back Golden when Golden's doing a dance for Jelly. And she's pulling your strings now at the moment. So, you want to go places where you're appreciated? I suggest you take some inventory as to why people are the way they are with you, because it comes down to your interactions with them, Maggie. That's where it stems from. You went on an apology tour once. And then a whole lot of fucking shit came out because you don't respect the space you're in. Somebody says something to you, even in the black tea sector when you're on Kimmy's, you're down their throat. You're attack mode. And then they refer to you away and then you're offended. Make that make sense. But maybe start with your own chat. And every white person that's in that chat that's commenting about Danny, are you going to make them apologise for calling her a robot? Are you going to make them apologise for what's said about Lady Letitia? Or any other black woman? I'm sure you're not. Just read some of these comments. No one doxed her, only Danny used her first name and said he doxed her. Yeah, he did. He threatened to. Yeah, but no, nobody doxed her. Star and Danny. And like I said, there's no comparison between Plotter and Dropping the Tea. She searched out that image. She refused to take it down. She refused to acknowledge and she refused to apologize. And then she went on with the comment. And then she lied again, saying that was language that we have in the UK. Marie, have you... No, I'm not even going to do that because it's disrespectful. It's not language it's used in Ireland or the UK. Ever. Because the word nappy over here means diaper to you guys over there. We don't use that. Her excuse, curly hair. No. It's not used. Simply. Mental shit. The name maggot has nothing to do with slavery. Nice try to get sympathy. Owls up there with no more rain or time. Yeah. So when you're talking about dehumanizing, maybe look into a bit of Irish history as well. And all, when they were indented slaves and they were dehumanized. I'm by no means comparing the two where the one was the same as the other. They really, really weren't. But if that's what you're bringing it down to, then maybe look at it from a different way, because it has nothing to do with slavery. It has to do with your character. People are not talking about a race, they're talking about you. It is specific to you. You may find it extremely disrespectful, but then you need to go to where it came from and have a conversation there, because that's where it came from. And then it came from other people's experiences that they started to. And that's it. So you can go live, you can paint any picture you like. And Jelly, you are not exempt at all. That it's impossible for you to be. Well, your mother's part Mexican, she's not fully native. Drop the fucking bullshit. Even your grandmother, the dates do not apply back as far as Native American. Just stop. Having even 1% or 2%, and it does not exempt you from being racist, because you are. You're looking for a free card now. Now the Golden's giving you a pass. It's like I have a free card now and I can say and do what I want. You can. Somewhere else. I won't be addressing you. I've already said this. As and when I feel like it. I don't jump to you. I could give no fuck about whatever fake lawsuit that you're spewing off to other people. You're an idiot. You're a fucking clown. And Star, if you want, tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a recap of what you call what was doxing. and the denying of the messages that were sent to people, two different people. Even though your name's on top of it, it's a star. And your mother's comment that she left on my channel on the night I put it out there, she even said that you were lying. As a matter of fact, she said I was lying based on the information that you provided to other people. And then your mother comes in. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? She was being racist about both my heritage. Yes, Illy, 100%. Here's the thing, Maggie, right? That most people, and I'm just going to speak for myself, that most people, I do not grasp how you go into certain spaces, attacking people rather than respecting people, not being humble, and trying to, I don't know, form respect in spaces that you're in. Not go in and just pound your, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter because it's just, at this stage, it's beyond, you're going to do what you do. Hilly is one of ours. She is definitely. Gratitude, Michelle, let's see. There you go. Thank you. There are many things that are used to describe that dehumanize Black women on your channel by everyone in your chat, Maggie. Once you say something, they follow. Once you say it, they will continue. And it's not just that it stays on your chat, that then filters into other places and how they communicate them with each other. And that's the problem. That's kind of where things filter into another area. Now on to Vampy. Vampy, you are looking for some sort of, I don't know, crash out, burnout. Here's where I'm at with this, right? Anybody that left did nothing to you, literally nothing to you except support you. You lied on good people that had your back. You allowed a narrative to run by Golden because you do enjoy the drama. Let's be clear. You love the drama. You love the chaos. So when stuff started coming out about a song that you made and a video that came from that had nothing to do with us, you allowed other people to say that we made racist pictures about Bigfoot, that was Ralph and blah, blah, blah. Had nothing to do with any of us. And you wouldn't speak up at all. And that spoke volumes to us. So then you continue to crash out on people to the point that they leave and just say, not doing this no more. Your subscribers are not your punching bag. They are not your emotional regulation for you to dump all over. You have literally had so many people leave that were there as the beginning of your community that you do not respect, and you could never have respect because of the way that you speak about them. I'm giving you no back and forth. I'm not giving it to you. You're already playing victim about a load of shit. Nobody wanted your address. People wanted to see were you fucking alive. And nobody then put out that information. You put out the information then afterwards that you were in jail. Nobody leaked that information about you. They looked out for you. But it seems like you did want that information out. And yeah, negative talk is still good talk for you and it strokes your ego. So here's the thing. Here's my stance on it as I view it at the minute. You want yes people around you. You want people who are afraid to call you out and tell you when you're wrong. That's what you're looking for. Good on you. Keep creating it. Because you will slate people when they come and support you, and then you'll cry and you'll slate them again because they're not in your chat to come back while you use them as an emotional punch bag. People who walk away because they do not like abuse are not the problem. The person giving the abuse is. Now here's something very real I'm going to point out to you. I don't know if you were waiting to stab me in the back simply because I have often stated I do not agree with a lot of the stuff that you say when you're in an argument with people. I don't. They're fucking heinous. But I still supported you, as did everybody else. You had a community of people that you turned on, one by one. All of them. Ridiculed, lied on, fed into a narrative because you wanted to go back to jelly. Nobody's stopping you. Trying to kick Lime Skies out just to play to her. And she played in your face. At this stage, I'm going to be honest, nobody cares where you go. Go off you go. The people that did care, that were looking out for you, it's funny how you're sitting on your platform at the minute saying that other people are racist. Let me remind you, how many times do we ask you to get Stormy out of your chat? How many times do we ask you to put the plantation wife joke to one side and leave it and not keep bringing her back, but you did? How many times did we say to you about Jelly and what she had said? How many times did we say to you about every person that got called out for the way that they spoke about people? Well, here you are now talking, saying that we were racist. Fampi, no. We stood for not wanting to be around them. And you obviously felt away. Now you're free to go. People walked because they don't want to be around that shit. Nobody controlled you. You weren't even around. You said today that you didn't get to know anybody like that. Do you know what the irony is in that? Everybody else got to know each other. But you didn't. Because you're self-absorbed and you do not put any input into anybody else because everything is about you. You can't do right for doing wrong. You attack RGM after you've been looking for him to come up on your panel. And then you run him into the ground when all he's done is support you. But that is your pattern, and that is what you do. People get sick of that shit. Now you've got a panel of people who will not open their mouth, who are afraid of you, who will not challenge you. I wish you the best of luck with your platform. I hope it is extremely successful. You are very talented. But you're not going to be getting an argument back and forth with me. You're a troll. You're a liar. I won't be addressing you. You don't need to keep coming out here and bringing up my name or my husband or Jane or anybody else. There's no point. The reason people left were because of what you stated, what you did, and how you played in other people's faces. So, the people that were able to look out for you when you did go missing, and while the people that you're placating to were celebrating and talking about you behind your back, saying that you were doing things when you were in jail, and there was no possibility of you doing it, you're welcome to. The people who took your monetization, you're welcome to. The people that said they were going to have you threatened, they were going to have you beaten and arrested, you're welcome to. Nobody should have to sit in your chat and feel like they're being held hostage, that they cannot support somebody else without you feeling jealous. But hey, congratulations, you just have got a chat that go in and will not even come out of the bushes because they're afraid to address you. But best of luck to you. I'm not addressing you again. You can keep spinning, shouting, lying, placate to whoever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. All I ever did was support you, same as everybody else. But it seems you were holding a whole lot of resentment. I don't need to go there with you. I just need to be quiet and people can see for themselves. And that's it. So if you don't like my content, I don't know why you're over here. Don't be here. Go do you. And be successful. And that's it. I'm not addressing you again. There's no argument. You will not get an argument out of me. You're already playing victim and playing liar. I ain't fueling that any further. So it's a fuck you for me. And that's it. Yeah, Jane, it's just crazy. It's mental. And to even say about, one more thing. One more thing. It's evident that you are jealous of Control's art because you brought that up out of nowhere. Yes, you left her a Discord. Were you setting her up? Because you are now pulling Control in to a narrative. who happens to be white, and here you are coming up with a load of fucking shit about what it is or isn't she done. You gave her a Discord. What the hell was she supposed to do with it? So she closed it. People were gone. And now you're kicking off because that does not exist. Set up another one. Don't worry about it. None of us would be over there. I could give you a list of people who no longer show up at your lives. Maybe you should write them down and actually take a look and see who's the problem. And I will say this also. For somebody that adapted a lot of Ralph's persona, you're actually more volatile towards women than he was. You may want to take stock of that. The level of vitriol and anger that you go in on women on, yeah, that's something you need to check out, Vampy, for yourself. Because estrogen is not an excuse. It's abuse. People are entitled to walk away and not be abused. And that's it. Control shorts were brilliant. Great shorts. But she shouldn't have to feel like if she does something good, somebody's going to attack her for making shorts. And then be told that she had free art. What free fucking art? Or she had support. She has support. But you have been incapable of supporting anybody, Vampy, but yourself. You're saying you don't know anybody. Everybody else knows everybody. Do you know why? Because they care to think about other people and themselves. You didn't. You didn't. You had a community. You walked away from it. You're choosing to be somewhere else that nobody else wants to sit with. I wish you every success. Vampy gave her the Discord, but she didn't. Exactly, she didn't ask her if she wanted to have it. Vampy abandoned her own Discord and she's now crying about it, making up total bullshit as per usual. 100%. So Control deleted it because she wasn't told. Vampy had said she was leaving. So she deleted it. What else was she supposed to do? So were you setting her up, Vampy? To say, here's my Discord, just so I can go in on you afterwards and drag you for your art? That's petty bullshit. It's real childish shit. So like I said, you are incapable of supporting anybody genuinely. If you have an issue with how people view you and where you go, that's a you issue also. Because people are going to take you to find you, especially with how you treat them. Exactly, yeah. A lot of people walked. A lot of people got enough. You can't keep going in on people and then 2 minutes later saying, oh, I'm sorry, and then do it the next day. No. Go get every person that threatened you, who treated you badly, that played all your worst moments, all your vulnerable moments. And good luck to you. If you give someone something, it's no longer yours. She didn't know. Listen, Vampy had said she didn't want it. So what the hell was she supposed to do with it? So she deleted it. A lot of people had left. She wasn't asked to hold it. And it's not as if you reach out to Vampy and send her a message, she comes back to you. She doesn't. Ever. A whole setup, yeah. Yeah, and then to go in on her. Nasty shit. So now, turn that into victim mode and do you. I won't be listening. We're sick of it. Right, Sheree? So that's it. That's all I really wanted to come on for now. I'll come back in the morning. There's a lot of receipts I want to go through. I'm leaving this deliberately because I want to see what Lady T comes back with. And Polly, there's somebody that you've been calling out for, Vampy, to see if there was anything on the back end where I threatened Polly. There's none of that. None of that. All there is Polly being called out with screenshots she sent to somebody else stabbing me in the back. That was it. Go ask her. And her twisting a different story. Hey, Stormy, good to see you. Hope the family are well. So all the good foundational people that you out there that genuinely supported you, who genuinely cared about you, you managed to insult them so many that they got, nah. You're talking about friendships. Friendships aren't a one-way thing, Vampy. And you're incapable in friend to anybody. You're very capable of smiling in people's faces, but you are not capable in supporting anybody, not genuinely anyway. So that's kind of it. They were the few things. It was mostly Maggie I want to get on address, Lady T and Holly to a certain extent. So I will pick this back up tomorrow. Dropping the tea, I'll have stuff that I'll be showing tomorrow for you. Might refresh your memory. The sold house. Hey, Holly had me in like a dummy saying she never said she was black, only that her grandmother, Afro-Latina. Sold house. Danny, when Danny done her live, Danny had shown, I actually have them, I'll bring them to the live tomorrow. Danny showed where she said she was black. She did say she was black. Amongst other things, as well as dragging down the black community, calling them uneducated, calling them ghetto. And a lot of those things were new to a lot of people. But that's not what it came down to. It wasn't about Polly being put out there a second time. It was because Polly done an interview with Phantom and she lied all the way through it. And when she was asked, did she say that? She said, no, she never said it, but she actually did say it. So when she lied on Phantoms, she left people wondering, like, hold on a second. You did say this and you apologized for saying this. So why are you lying on somebody else's platform and building a different narrative? You saw the screenshot. Good. Yeah. As well as the other comments. So she went and said that I had blocked her and I didn't give her a chance to respond, which is bullshit. She came in. I woke up that morning, and even on my live, if you listen back to it, I said I woke up. I didn't hear the live Danny had done. But I woke up to a screenshot in a Discord. The Discord was not mine. And she had left a message and tagged me, and I had said that she was leaving the Discord because she didn't want to give the ops any more ammunition towards me. So then when I went and listened to Danny's and then did a live and addressed it, she played victim, saying that I turned on her and never listened to her side of the story, which was bullshit. Complete bullshit. She wasn't blocked. People in the Discord were having a conversation while she wasn't there as to whether or not, because actually, I'm going to be honest, I said, can we address the elephant in the room, what's happening with Polly? And everybody there was kind of worried about her mental health. So she wasn't told she had to leave the Discord, but she did. Because she didn't want to face people. And she didn't want any questions being brought to her. So she bailed. Nobody blocked her. And then out come a slew of messages where she's stabbing me in the back. She's stabbing her best friend at the time in the back. She's also putting out other stuff on other people that she's stabbing in her back. So Lady T, I went over to tell you that because this has been her pattern the whole way through. All the way through. You're not going to be any different. You serve a purpose for her. Like I told her when I did message her, I said, I find it unusual that you would pick 3 people who were my mods that were white that you wanted to keep a relationship with. I found that interesting. But her best friend, she didn't want to keep a relationship with. writing and saying, actually what she wrote was, I hope she drops me, laugh out loud. That's her best friend. But I'll keep in contact with Nick, and I'll keep in contact with Jane, and I'll keep in contact with Control. And I put in a message, sure, that's very convenient, 3 white people. But to me, I was laughing because I was like, there's 3 people she really does not know. Because they're the wrong 3 people if you think that they're going to fucking sit there and stroke your ego and say, well, they're there, that's okay. They won't. Wrong 3 people. So, Polly, call me a liar. Or Lady T, get your fucking head out of your ass. And open your eyes. Shout out to Corinne. Exactly. Yeah, and Plowder. Yeah. Everybody. Right down to RGM. You know? Crazy shit. There wasn't a person she didn't stab in the back. And it's strange because that's exactly what she done the last time too. So I've been trying not to do the same shit that Maggie done to her and throwing everything out there. I am doing my best. But when somebody comes at me wrongly about you, Polly, I'll put you out there. I will put you out there. So depending on how this goes, hey Eternity, depending on how this goes, I will put every message out. All of them. Including what you said in the Discord before you left, that will show that you lied on the post that you put up. Crazy shit. And nowhere in all of them messages, right, did she express any regret once for what she had said? Or did she mention a single thing? It was just, I'm done with the black tea sector, that's it now. And I'm done with any CCs that are around there. Nothing about what she had said. It was all everybody else's fault. You know, she was the victim. She was hard done by. And even when her best friend tried to hold her feet to the fire, she discarded her best friend saying, I'm just going to ignore her and she'll block me. Nice. Nice way of treating people. Pay attention, Lady T. You're not going to be any different. So that's where I'm at for the minute. I'll be back on early in the morning, which will be kind of really early your time. And I'll put out the receipts then. Let's see what the response is for this. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. I really appreciate you coming in. And to anybody that catches the replay, thank you very much. I appreciate all your time. Bye, guys.